language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Vicabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Nana Jama, and Yana Faros, Obanane, all the and then saw no one Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to but you know what? They would like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I return to Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom. And what I'm in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Vicabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Nana Jama, and Yana Faros, Obanane, all the and then saw no one Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to do it. But you know what? They will like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the state government brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Ohaji. You come to everybody. You come to Agule. You come to Ekpa. You take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building the way to Niger. And you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, we take our oil, we take our gas, we take our manpower, we take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. Or as PPS. And you're telling me that that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out. Pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay. When things are go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized, and then you come back and say Nigeria is white, you must stay in it. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be white. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Ekpa Kanu to President Biden. In it, Ekpa said, come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not Igbo. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are Igbo. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala, ha niile si na ịdị nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị, amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka i wee tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị, onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị, onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị, wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpee isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henin, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Some of you tried to do something about it with the End SARS protest, but some of us quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai, like Atiku and the rest of them, and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting, this very evil government you're supporting, when they tagged IPOB a terrorist group, you supported them. You are going to pay a very heavy price for it. Had the Yoruba journalist stood up and said, IPOB did nothing wrong, you cannot tag them a terrorist group, believe you me, by today, you will not have Fulani people occupying Yoruba forests and farmlands. Because in this life, what goes around comes around. If you support evil today because you're benefiting, eventually that evil will overwhelm you. The same thing happened to APC. The same thing happened to Fulani Caliphate. They brought in terrorists from all across the Sahel. They brought them into Nigeria to try to force Jonathan out of office. Now Jonathan is out of office. They are now, of course, reaping what they sowed, all of them. Do you see that the North is in as much disarray as we have in the South, if not worse? When they were grooming and breeding these terrorists, they thought they were doing it just to assume political power. They never knew there was another dimension to it. That these terrorists that they all created will come back to consume them. And that is what is happening today. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would, an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they said we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Obomosho, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever, NIN or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know. They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanu people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is minerally the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. You people are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, I will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. I saw Joseph Kanu did that Lord Banta. They've taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them prove to us that you are our stooge. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was talking yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never, ever be objective in their reportage. Never, ever, ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly, before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to go, if you don't give it to us, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly, you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is their land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break the zoo. Demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. Everything we have told you, everything I told you has come to pass, hasn't it? Everything. And some people are still questioning and arguing. They said, Fulani will resist by all means necessary, including armed resistance, any attempt to forcefully eject them from the forest. Yoruba, you must ask yourself this question. When we were pursuing them from Ebonyi, why didn't they say something about ESN or Nnamdi Kanu? Why? Have you asked yourself that question? Because they know we are prepared to die to defend our land. They understand that very well. That is the only language the Fulani understand. You cannot say to Fulani, let us have a Fulani president. And after that, all will be well. Never, ever, ever. They will continue to expand. They will continue to identify idiots in your midst, traitors, saboteurs in your midst. They will promise them heaven and earth. They will give them anything they ask for in order to ensure that they get into you, they subjugate you. Look at Yoruba land, Ilorin. Yoruba, how did you lose Ilorin? You lost Ilorin because somebody thought or felt that by aligning himself with what he felt was a superior Fulani force, he can defeat his own people. Afonja, what happened? As a result of that miscalculation, the great Yoruba race lost Ilorin to Fulani Caliphate. That is why in Ilorin you have an emir of Ilorin, not an Oba of Ilorin, answerable to Sokoto. That is where Lai Muhammad comes from. You can see them. Sokoto slaves in Yoruba land. When I say that, it's not religion. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the mentality of a conquered people. Now they have left Ilorin, having taken Ilorin and taken it to Sokoto. They now want to come into Oyo. They want to come into Ondo. Once they take over all those places, it's over for the Yoruba race. Over for you. No, never again will anybody rise, a man of honor or integrity in Yoruba land. Never ever. It will only be their stooge. Look at what's happening in the East. Only Fulani stooges can now emerge in the East. It took them very many years, nearly 50 years, to accomplish this very simple task of making sure that everybody, be it Ohanese, be it Pandef, be it governor, anybody you're bringing out must come to the north to swear allegiance to the caliphate. All of them, ban on. Is there any political godfather in the East? There is none. They all go to the north to go and swear allegiance to the Janjaweed. That is why our life is in a mess. That is why they can bring someone like Obiozo and make him the Ohanese President General. In front of our eyes, in front of Korokoro. And what did they bribe? They gave money to BBC. They gave money to all Zoo newspapers. They started to trumpet. Obiozo, Apex Group, Apex. You saw them holding their meeting under a canopy. A ton without shame. A whole Ohanese. Under sand, ton canopy. Maybe you saw it disgraceful and shameful. Talking rubbish. The man looks like a janjaweed anyway. Talking nonsense. These are people they have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant doing Babi Allah somewhere in Zaria. That is the future that awaits you. Now, our people must understand this very clearly, especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. It is about time you stop supporting evil. That evil is in Asorok. That evil is a gang of reprobates calling themselves presidency. The more you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They groomed them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. El Rufai brought them in. Bauchi State Governor brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money, you come to Izombe, you come to Ohaji, you come to Ebema, you come to Aguleri, you come to Ebonyi, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger Republic, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for you, oh, Nigeria is doing well, one Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax that we pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger, airport in Niger, refinery in Niger. You take oil, crude oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum, or as PPS as you call it. And you're telling me that that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. We are in one Nigeria. We are not going anywhere. And you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money and positions. So that they will come out on the pages of newspapers to give the world the misleading impression that everything is okay, when things are not okay. Go through the statements of Ohaneze and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back and say Nigeria is one. We must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You're suffering. They're killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I've subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Atiku Abubakar wrote to President Biden. In it, Atiku Abubakar said to come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not educated. When I say, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of you are not educated. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we were born, where our umbilical cord, how long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou, go to Yaoundé in Cameroon. Everybody living in the capital cities of Africa, they go back to their villages. They go back to their tribes where they come from. Do they do that in the Western world? During Christmas, these people migrating from, oh, I come from Florida, I'm going to Florida. No, you don't. Because people come from where they are born. We come from where our ancestors were born. That is the difference between black people in Africa and those from Europe and other parts of the world. We come from, so if you ask somebody, where do you come from? He or she will mention their village. That is what makes us Africans. Very, very unique. If you destroy that, you're finished as a people. In Africa, we are tribal. First and foremost, we belong to our tribe where we come from. That is why our people need to appreciate this. Very, very critical. That Africa is restructured to recognize where people come from.
You own businesses everywhere in Nigeria. For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
God is majority. One name who went to the edging and Oge Chuku, Nama Inugo, Amanati Asinu Medu, Amanati Okumu, Amanati Nasi Ejigako, Ifi Beda, Omo Wakaselini.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very day program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. Please kindly like and share the program to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to those that are close to you, share to those who wish to search for the truth so that they can join us on this very short program that we are about to hold. Remember that in this platform, we do not come to this platform to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do here is to promote the cause of freedom. That is all we do, presenting Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we have signed up for, and we will continue to do so. So wherever you are watching from, I urge you to kindly like and share the program so that others can join us and get the same message that you are getting. It is important that every single one of us participate in this program. It is an interactive section, very, very interactive, and I bet you wherever you are joining from, no matter the group you belong, no matter your race or your religion, you are entitled to your opinion. Once you join us on this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to express yourself the way you want it. All we want you to do is to convince us to believe whatever you are thinking or you are saying. Whatever your opinion might be, convince us to believe you. That is why we are here. So I welcome every one of you wherever you are joining from, whether you are joining from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. In any platform you are watching us, I urge you to please kindly like and share. We are still working on restoring our major platform, David Harvard channel, so that we can progress on our messages. But meanwhile, we will continue to broadcast here and also in Chick Survivor channels. So try as much as possible to like and share so that other people will find where we are. I appreciate every one of you that have connected so far. And this morning, we have played the message of Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, which are very important, which are always the basis of our message every day. One of our major aim in this very platform is to keep the legacy of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We will continue to give them a voice. We will never allow them to be swept under the carpet. It doesn't matter what the enemies are trying to do. It doesn't matter what the Nigerian government are doing. It does not matter what those, our haters, are doing. We will continue to give a voice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. No matter where they are held in captivity, no matter where they are detained, they will always have a voice in us. And today, the topic we are discussing this morning says, sustaining the legacy. Sustaining the legacy. Understanding the struggle and shaping the future. Kanu legacy, and Ekpa legacy. So when we talk about legacy in this platform, on this program, we are talking about the legacy of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. These are the most important figures that we have in this very Biafran cause. These are the most important figure that we have in this cause. So wherever you are and you are watching us, understand that whatever we are discussing today has everything to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. These are those who have worked and proven themselves worthy. They have proven themselves worthy of being followed, of being listened to, of being the servant of the people. That is why we give them a voice at every single opportunity that we have. And we have come today to do the same thing. But if you have a contrary opinion, still feel free to join me. The link is there. All you need to do is to click the link. Then I will bring you in. You tell us why you disagree or why you believe in what you believe. So this morning we will try as much as possible to speak on this very topic, digest it, and do justice to it as much as we can, as we have always done. Sustaining the legacy, understanding the struggle, and shaping the future. Kanu and Ekpa legacy. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome every one of you wherever you are joining from, and I appreciate you for being part of this very message today. As you join, like and share. Don't just watch alone. Bring somebody along with you to help and pass this message. It is very important. Brothers and sisters who believe in the truth, justice, and identity. This is not just coming out to speak because we want to. This is not just an ordinary conversation. This is a moment of reflection, a moment of truth, and a moment of decision. Today we are talking about legacy, the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the legacy of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. And the question before us is simple but powerful. Will that legacy continue or will it fade? I want you to answer this question within yourself in your heart. I know so many of us that are going to watch this video later on, and those who are watching me now are Biafrans who are pursuing the self-determination of the Biafran people. It's either you are connected to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa or both. And I want you to know that as long as you are genuinely connected to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all you need to do is to calm down and watch the legacy of Mazi Simon Ekpa. You will see that they are connected. Mazi Nnamdi Simon Ekpa is the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was not contesting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He never looked down on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he never disassociated himself from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never disassociated himself with Mazi Simon Ekpa. With all the plans and trial pushing they made to see that he denied Mazi Simon Ekpa, he never did. It is because of Mazi Simon Ekpa mainly that the Department of Saboteur that they call DOS today, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself formed and was the leader. Some of them went away and began to work against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, simply because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to join them in attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa or de-associating himself from Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was genuine and he knows what we wanted. He was only seeking for freedom of the Biafran people. He spoke to Mazi Simon Ekpa directly. He talked to Mazi Simon Ekpa. He understands Mazi Simon Ekpa. And he knew that he was genuine. But the rest people who were with Mazen Nnamdi then in the Department of Saboteurs, who were with Mazen Nnamdi in the DOS, who later became the Department of Saboteurs, they were not seeing what Mazen Nnamdi was seeing. Instead, they were seeing, filled up with jealousy, envy, and that was why they were focused on attacking Mazen. Even when Mazen Nnamdi gave instruction, they disobeyed that instruction. He told them, whatever Mazen Samana could do, don't attack him. Allow him to go ahead and preach the gospel while you do your own part. As you know, the structure of the IPOB is very big. That is why Mazen can tell you that it is indestructible. There are so many people working under Mazen Nnamdi that you do not know. There are so many people who are holding this very restoration of Biafra that you are not aware of. The only one you are aware of is the one he wants you to be aware of. And he said it by himself. Mazen Nnamdi said in one of his messages that you only know what he wants you to know. The only person that knows everything in this struggle is he himself, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And that has been the situation. So today we are talking about legacy. The legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the legacy of Simon Ekpa. And the question before us is simple but powerful. Will that legacy continue or will it fade? Answer it yourself sincerely. Before we go any further, I want you to do something right now. Like this program, share this program, type in the chat section, Biafra must be heard. Type it on the comment section. Biafra must be heard. Because today, we speak not in whispers, but in clarity. As we have been doing in this 2026, we will continue to speak in clarity. History teaches us one thing. Movements do not survive on emotion alone. They survive on continuity. Today, so many of us are focusing on emotion. You are too emotional that you can't even do what you are supposed to do. You are too emotional that you cannot pursue the truth. You are too emotional that you are deviating from the real cause of Biafra. Movement do not survive on emotion alone. It is good to be emotional, but movement does not survive on emotion alone. It survives on continuity. Continuity. That is the most important part of it. Continuity. The names we mentioned today, our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, have become symbol to many people. You can hate them, you can like them. It doesn't matter what you think about any one of them. I bet you, the name Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, and Simon Ekpa, the prime minister, have become symbol to many people. They have become the face of Biafra. Whenever Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is mentioned, the next thing that comes to that person's mind is Biafra restoration. Likewise, Mazen Simon Ekpa, whether you like him, whether you hate him, whenever you mention his name, the next thing that will pop up into your brain is Biafra. That symbol cannot be removed. Not by your emotion, not by your blackmail, not by your propaganda. You cannot remove that. They have become symbols of resistance, symbols of identity, symbols of a voice that refuses to disappear. That is what those names have stand for today. It is only an enemy, it is only a hater that will disregard these names when it comes to the restoration of Biafra. more especially the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that today some people have taken it upon themselves to destroy that name. Today, the members of DOS that have failed have taken it as a challenge today, as a responsibility to destroy the personality of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This was what they did against Mazi Simon Ekpa. You know, some of us do not understand what Mazi Simon Ekpa was doing when he was here with us. Those of us who followed him understood. Simon Ekpa was somebody who fought the DOS to make sure that they do not destroy the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not, they were all out. They were all out to remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from everything that has to do with Biafra. But what made them not to succeed was Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa made sure that they did not succeed. They did everything they can. They pushed different kinds of blackmail, different kinds of propaganda. They went ahead removing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu names from important places, including from Radio Biafra. The only man who was following them up with the back of the Biafran people was Mazi Simon Ekpa. And the battle, he fought that battle. Every one of us joined him. We fought and fought. They continued to blackmail Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa became, instead of being destroyed, became very, very strong name in Biafran struggle. The pressure becomes so high in Nigerian government that at a stage, the entire Nigeria began to confess Mazi Simon Ekpa. Senate. The Senate president sat in Senate and said that Mazi Simon Ekpa is in charge of Biafra land. That was how far he went. And I tell you, anytime you mention Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mentioned. Every time you mention Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mentioned. That is how important it was. The role Mazi Simon Ekpa played to keep the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till today. But so many of us did not see it. So many people chose to denigrate him, talk down on him, abuse him, insult him. This was a man who left a credible job he was doing. A man who put his own career, a very beautiful and wonderful, well-built career, enviable career, he put it on the line for you and I. He did everything he can. But the same people he was fighting for were fighting against him. The same people he was making sure that they were the one in the front line fighting him. It is sad. And today, they fought and fought and fought until Mazi Simon Ekpa was taken out through international conspiracy. But I tell you, it doesn't matter what you think or what you do. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa Njogo has become the symbol to many people. Symbol of resistance, symbol of identity, symbol of voice that refuse to disappear. And that is why every time I come on a program, I don't mind playing only their broadcasts and I close. I don't mind. Even if I come online and play only the broadcast of Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and close up, I have achieved my aim for the day. Because my major objective is to make sure that the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not swept under the carpet. The legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continues to stand. And to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa is heard at any point in time. So, even if I didn't speak and their message is being broadcasted in my platform, I am happy for the day. I have achieved my aim for the day. No movement can depend on individual alone. Let's be clear. I want to make it clear because some of you will be thinking to that direction. Let me make it clear. No movement can depend on an individual alone because individual can be changed, opposed, or removed from spotlight. That is the obvious truth. More especially in a situation of ours where we are fighting for self-determination. No movement can depend on individual alone, because individuals can be challenged, can be opposed, or removed from the spotlight, just as they have done today, trying to remove Mazen Nnamdi, or to taking him to Sokoto to go and hide him, so that people will find it difficult to even go to him and discuss or talk. They took him all the way to Sokoto, just like they had done Mazen Samareka, to silence him through international conspiracy, and Finland locked him up. But an idea, a vision, a collective belief that cannot be silenced easily, that can never be silenced. You can silence an individual, just like the voice that we have on the front line, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB. You can silence our prime minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, through your international conspiracy, but you cannot silence the idea that they represent and preach. You cannot silence their vision. You cannot silence a collective belief of the Biafran people. That cannot be silenced easily. And Nigerian government have seen it for some. They have been trying for so many years now to silence the struggle. They have done different kinds of things to silence the movement. But the more they try, the more they fail. The more they try, the more they fail. So the real question is not about individuals. The real question is, do the people understand the mission deeply enough to sustain it? Did you hear me? I say, do the Biafran people deeply understand the mission enough to sustain it, even in the absence of Mazen Simon Ekpa, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader? That is the real question that you should be asking yourself. Judging from what we are seeing, the drama we are seeing today, judging with the confusion we are seeing everywhere today, the real question is, do the people understand the mission deeply enough to sustain it? If you ask this question genuinely from your heart, you will not just follow people because they are mentioning Biafra. You will not just support people because they call Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You will not just support people because they call Mazen Simon Ekpa. You will sit back and think again and again. Think deeply towards those people understanding of the mission called restoration of Biafra. The self-determination of Biafra, led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the present days, has a structure. It has a foundation that was laid down. The pursuit of self-determination through a referendum, which even while waiting, Mazen Simon Ekpa, the prime minister, went ahead to conduct a self-referendum in order to trigger Nigerian government to conduct theirs in case they do not accept that. And in that very self-referendum, more than 50 million Biafrans voted yes, that they want to get out of Biafra. That is a man that understands deeply the mission of self-determination. Before you listen to anybody or follow or support or share, understand, look at those people very well, and ask yourself a question that you need an answer to. Do the people that you see today claiming to be Biafran leaders, claiming to be talking about Biafra, do they understand the mission deeply enough to sustain it? Sustain it. Remember one of the popular words of Mazen Nnamdi, that consistency is the key. Do the people you see today understand the mission deeply enough to sustain it? This is a strong question, genuine and strong, that you must ask, seek an answer to, before you begin to anchor towards anything or anybody. When we talk about Biafra, we are not just talking about today. When we are talking about the issue of the Biafran people, we are not just talking about today, what is happening presently today. We are not just talking about today, not at all. We are talking about history. We are talking about narratives. We are talking about interpretation that differs depending on who is speaking. You must pay close attention. This is very important for you to be able to be consistent, for you to be able to keep the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi without deviating, without distraction. Always know that when we talk about Biafra, we are not just talking about the Biafra of today. We are talking about history, about narratives, about interpretation that differs depending on who is speaking. This is very important. That is why I emphasize on it again and again, because that is where so many of us are being deceived. That is where so many of us get confused. That is where so many of us deviate from the real course of this very journey and do different things altogether. The role of external powers, including countries like the United Kingdom, is often discussed in relation to the past events surrounding Nigeria and the Civil War period. You must not forget the role that the United Kingdom played against the Biafra through the Civil War and continue to play up to date. Even as we speak, they are still engaging in that role. You must not forget that. For you to be able to speak for Biafra, to effectively participate in the cause of Biafra under the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi, you must be able to discuss this. The participation of the United Kingdom in the cause of Biafra. Different historians, researchers, and analysts present different perspectives. Some say external interests influenced outcomes. Others urge internal dynamics played the biggest role. So what should we do as a people? What should we do with the Biafrans? Judging with every narrative that is coming from right, left, and center, what do we do? We must seek knowledge. We must question every narrative. That is why I see some of you that are running away from questions. Some of you that get angry when somebody asks questions about your organization, about your group. When you ask questions in your platform, you get angry, you get mad. You should be ashamed of yourself. It shows that you are not ready. Because in Biafra issue, people must ask credible questions. People need to ask questions. You need to ask. If there is, as I'm speaking, you need to ask your questions. All you need to do is click the link, come in, put forward your questions. You don't just agree with everything I say. Feel free to disagree and bring up your superior argument. we must seek knowledge. We must question every narratives. We must understand history from multiple perspectives. That is why I have always said that the only thing that I care about is the unity of purpose. You are entitled to be in a group, any group you want to be. You are entitled to hold to your opinion that you feel is right for you. Whatever thing you are doing genuinely to the cause of Biafra, you are entitled to do so. But standing against the cause of Biafra is what I can't be able to stand. We must always focus on the unity of purpose. We must understand history from multiple perspectives. How do you understand history from multiple perspectives when you don't allow people to speak? When you don't hear people out? For you to understand, you must hear people out to understand where they are coming from. Because without understanding, emotions can mislead. And that is what we are facing today. So many of us lack understanding. We are only operating based on emotion, emotional blackmail. Many of us are in the group where we are today. We are supporting what we are supporting today because of emotion, just out of emotion, not out of understanding. Keep your emotion aside. Keep it for some minutes. There is nothing wrong in being emotional. You can be emotional, but do not allow your emotion to control you. Don't allow your emotion, because without understanding, emotion can mislead you. Emotion can mislead you if you do not have understanding. Assumptions can divide. So many of us, we just assume. Sometimes I see some comments in my videos. When I see the comment, I begin to wonder where those people are coming from, which planet they are living. People come on and they assume things. These people come, they see me online every day. They can't even click the link, come in and ask me that question face to face here. Even if you don't put on your video, come in, ask that question to me directly and let me respond. You wouldn't ask, you would just assume. And the next thing you see them begin to insult, begin to curse. Assumptions can divide. And misinformation can weaken any cause. Misinformation can weaken any cause. That is why you must try as much as possible to filter the information that is coming to you and that you are delivering. You must always try to filter it. The information you are delivering and the one you are receiving. It is very important. Awareness is power. Understanding is strength. Awareness is power. Understanding is strength. That is why I will not stop broadcasting. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is doing what he's doing. That is why Samuel Ekpa is doing what he's doing. And it's because both of them understood what they were going into. That is why today they are strong. Nnamdi Kanu is unbreakable. The Nigerian government have tried everything humanly possible. There is nothing worse than taking Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto in the home of the caliphate, under the caliphate. If you know Nnamdi Kanu and you are a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, understand his message and digest his message and know his legacy, you will know that the greatest thing they did against Nnamdi Kanu was to take him to Sokoto. The greatest humiliation. There is no humiliation they can give to Nnamdi Kanu more than taking him to Sokoto. And Nnamdi Kanu take it with good faith because of you, because of me. They took it. But what are some people doing? The same people he's fighting for and dying for. Some of them today are out there fighting against Nnamdi Kanu. Some of them have taken upon themselves, the only thing they do is to blackmail the family of Nnamdi Kanu. There are some people, their job is to blackmail everything that supports Mazen Nanikan, including his lawyers. And these same people will come out and claim to you that they are fighting for freedom. I don't know the kind of freedom those individuals are fighting for. I don't know. I can't explain. These same individuals, whose only mission today we know is fighting Mazen Nanikan here and there, destroying every legacy of whatever Mazen Nanikan support, they don't support it. When the Mazen Nanikan gives instruction, they go against it. Mazen Nanikan told us about the 100-man committee that he has formed to push forward the freedom of Biafra. And some people are kicking against it. Some people are speaking against it. And the same people who are speaking against it, we see come and use the name of Mazen Nanikan to make broadcasts, to raise funds, to attract people. What a shame. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nanikan, is very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable. And every one of you can see that Mazen Nanikan became more active and pronounced since Mazen Simon Ekpa was removed from the picture. While Mazen Simon Ekpa was outside, Mazen Nanikan was somehow relaxed. He was somehow relaxed because he knew that Mazen Simon Ekpa knew what he was doing, and he was also working with Mazen Simon Ekpa. Some of you thought that Mazen Simon Ekpa was working on his own. Mazen Simon Ekpa was also taking instructions, taking advice, listening, and pursuing the legacy of Mazen Nanikan, even though he doesn't make it open. And some of you will say, oh, he said he will not take order from the DS. In that quest, yes. And he gave reason why he made that comment then. There was a reason he made that statement. And the reason why he said he will not take that order was in relation to the seat at home, which was meant to release Mazen Nanikan. The seat at home, which was meant to put pressure on the Nigerian government. That was the area he said he is not going to listen. In every other instruction that was coming, Mazen Simon was taking it 100%. But some of you were so ignorant and so daft that you are not paying attention. And when you are looking at Mazen Simon with your envy and jealousy, you can't understand anything. For you to understand Mazen Simon, you must have an open mind. You must have an open mind. One of the greatest challenges any movement faces is not always external pressure. I have said it over and over again. One of the greatest challenges any movement faces is not just always external pressure. Sometimes the greatest challenge comes within. Most times, the greatest challenges in any movements comes from within. Challenges like division, challenges like mistrust, challenges like confusion. Let me say this clearly. No movement succeeds when its people are divided. These are raw truth. It doesn't matter. They are bitter truth. Very bitter truth. And that is why every time Mazen Nanikan sends message from detention, he will ask us to unite. Mazen Nanikan will always be asking for unity. Mazen Simon Ekpa is always asking for unity. No movement succeeds when its people are divided. Maybe you don't know. You should have asked yourself, why is it that whenever Mazen Nanikan sends a message, he acknowledges all the Biafran people, regardless under which umbrella you operate, and he will ask us to unite. Mazen Simon Ekpa also will send a message, and we send regard to everybody and ask us to unite. Focus on the unity of purpose. When people begin to fight each other, when people begin to doubt each other, when people begin to misunderstand the purpose for which we gather, then the movement begins to lose direction. Today, so many people have lost the purpose for which we are speaking about Biafra. And that is why Mazen Nnamdi have taken charge again to create the 100-man committee, which we are still waiting to get the full update. And he is going to lead. That 100-man committee is to rescue Biafra, the indigenous people of Biafra, because a lot has happened. In the absence of Mazen Nnamdi, in the absence of Mazen Simon Ekpa, there is chaos. There is need to bring everybody on board. There is need to re-strategize and make sure that the cause and the purpose of Biafra is achieved. To make sure that, more especially those of us in the media, that we refocus and channel our speech to one direction. So today I ask you, sincerely speaking, I'm asking you, are we united in purpose? Do we understand the message? Do we still understand the message of Biafra? Do we still understand the message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached? Do we still understand the message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa were preaching? Are we building or breaking? These questions are very important, and I want you to answer them genuinely from the bottom of your heart. Are we united in purpose? Do we understand the message? Are we building or breaking? These questions are seeking for answer. And you have to answer it genuinely from your heart for us to overcome what is ahead of us. The future of any cause does not rest on leaders alone. The future of any cause does not rest on leaders alone. It doesn't rest on Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. The future of Biafra. Every single one of us, old and young, poor and rich, tall or short, men, women, the future of Biafra rests on all of us. The future of Biafra rests on all of us. You that is watching me out there. What you say, what you share, what you believe, how you act, all of these shape the direction of the movement. So many of you are watching this program, you are not even sharing it. Some of you, you didn't like the program. Clicking like will not cost you money. You are not donating anything to me by giving it like a thumbs up. Sharing the program will not take your data, will not cost you money, but you don't do it. The future of any cause does not rest on the leaders alone. It rests on you. It rests on me. We the people. What you say, what you share, what you believe, and how you act. All these shape the direction of the movement of Biafra as we speak. If the message is about awareness, then be informed. If the message is about unity, then avoid division as much as you can. Avoid division. Don't be an agent of division. Don't be an agent of division. It got to a state that people will come in my platform. When I'm preaching unity, they get angry. Some will be by themselves choosing who is righteous and who isn't. Who made you the judge? Some will come and they begin to condemn somebody and say this one is something. Who made you the judge? Who told you that you are the right place? Who told you that you are the right person to judge? Who made you a judge? Who made you a judge? Anybody that sets exam for himself will definitely pass. But remember, enweghị ebe ọ naghị arụnye aka n'ike ma aga afọ isi n'ime ya. Ike ọ bụla arụnyere aka iya afọ isi n'ime ya. That is the fact. Ike ọ bụla arụnyere aka anyị arụta ya nsi, no matter how small. If the message is about awareness, then be informed. If the message is about unity, then avoid division. If the message is about identity, then represent it with discipline, because the world is watching us. And how a people present themselves determines how seriously they are taken. This is one of the things that is holding me back to say certain things, or to do certain things, or to act a certain way. Because I know the world is watching. I know it is not just the Biafra people that are watching my program. I know we are open to the world for scrutiny. And I know that how I present myself as speaking on the issue of Biafra determine how seriously I will be taken. Not just by the Biafrans, by the people of the world, that we are expecting them to recognize us or show sympathy to our cause. That is why we must be very careful what we do and how we do them. So where do we go from here? Do we remain stuck in anger, or do we move forward with clarity? So many of us are so angry. They don't want to hear the name of their brother or their sister. Even they don't want to see you alive. Not because you stole anything from them. There are people today, when they see you, they are so angry. These people don't know you from Adam. They have never met you before. In fact, all they know is what they see online. Just as I'm broadcasting, there are so many people here have not met me in person. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. You don't know where I belong. You don't know my capacity. You don't know anything about me, except you see me every morning online to broadcast. But when you see me in song, you are angry. When you see my broadcast, you are so angry. You wish that the land will open and swallow you. Where do we go from here? Do we remain stuck in anger? Or do we move forward with clarity? Do we react emotionally, or do we act strategically? This is a very important question. Emotional blackmail has been the greatest tool that people have been used against the Biafrans. Nigerian government use it. Saboteurs use it. Distractors use it, because they know how attached we are to the cause of Biafra. They know that whenever you mention Biafra, everybody will turn around to look at you and listen and hear what you want to say. More especially Biafran people. When you mention Biafra issue among Biafrans, they must pay attention. It draws attention. Today, that is why you see many content creators today. You go to their platform, it is Biafra this, Biafra that, Biafra this, Biafra have been attached to different kinds of titles and names, only to draw attention. But in the main thing, what is their attention? They have different ulterior motive to gain views, to gain attention. But in the actual sense, are they really connected to the Biafran cause in the spirit? They are not. Most of them are not. Most of them are not. Do we react emotionally, or do we act strategically? Every generation faces a moment where it must decide Every generation we get to a moment where they must decide, just like we are now. We are in a moment of decision. In this Biafran journey, we are in one. You can see many people have withdrawn. Many people have withdrawn from this journey. Many people have left this journey. Many people have died. Many are in jail. Many are no longer interested. Many have been discouraged. This is a fact. Every generation faces a moment where it must decide to repeat the past or to reshape the future. That is where we are. Are we ready to repeat the past mistakes or to reshape the future? Are we ready to continue to grip on the mistakes, continue to lament on the mistake, complain? Or we are ready to reshape the future? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, what have you chosen? And that decision is happening now. That decision is happening now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. You must take your stand. Take your own decision. What you want to do and how you want to do it. We are in a very difficult and dangerous time. A time that some of us will never believe it will happen. Today, many agents have risen, fighting against Nnamdi Kanu, openly and secretly. Some of them that are fighting against Nnamdi Kanu are people you never believe can do it. People who have worked under him. They hired mercenaries against Nnamdi Kanu. And one of the pronounced mercenaries that we know today is Law Nneka. Law Nneka Chibezia is doing a very great damage against Nnamdi Kanu. A woman who slided in the heart of the Biafrans. Because of that same emotion I talk about. The way she was always propagating the issue of the Igbos, the killing of the Igbos, the attack in Igbo land, bringing information on what is happening in Igbo land and revealing the truths. And we believed her. We trusted her. And when they saw that she has already gotten the attention of the Biafrans, now the real contract starts. Destroy the image of Nnamdi Kanu. Make the Biafrans hate Nnamdi Kanu. Make Biafrans work against Nnamdi Kanu. And that is what she is doing. Attack every legacy of Nnamdi Kanu and what he stands for. This is a woman that went and met Nnamdi Kanu. And Nnamdi Kanu told her to her face that members of DOS have compromised. She came and she said it on the national TV. And later she denied she never said so. And the same people that Nnamdi Kanu told that have compromised are the people you are working with. She came and told lie against the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu. And today, she is still in the front line fighting against the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu. Turning the mind of the Biafrans against the lawyers, telling them that it is the lawyers that jailed Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know where this woman was when Ifeanyi Ejiofor was in charge of the case of Nnamdi Kanu. That Ifeanyi Ejiofor refused to do what he's supposed to do. From the first day Nnamdi Kanu was brought to court, he began to play his games, began to work for the Nigerian government. The very first day Nnamdi Kanu was brought to the court, he was there, but he refused to appear. He claimed he wasn't there, but he was there. He went to represent Nnamdi Kanu in the case. Instead of him standing his ground as a lawyer, he was talking about a hearsay. That he came to defend Nnamdi based on what he had. And he want the judge to give you a judgment based on hearsay. When Aloy Ejimakor spoke about extraordinary rendition, he refused. He refused that extraordinary rendition would not be used. Probably, maybe he doesn't know what it means. Probably, maybe he doesn't know what is extraordinary rendition. It was Aloy Ejimakor that won the case of Nnamdi Kanu in Abia State. Aloy Ejimako won the case of Mazi Nnamdi extraordinary edition in Abia State. He won it as that. And it was that case that gave birth to the winning of the case in the appeal court. The winning of the case in the West African court. The winning of the case in Kenya. But they ignore this. This so-called Lolo Neka ignored this. And he's blaming Aloy Ejimako for the jailing of Mazi Nnamdi. That was Aloy Ejimako jailed Mazi Nnamdi. Even a deaf and dumb knows what Mazi Nnamdi is fighting for. And the battle of Mazi Nnamdi is between the federal government of Nigeria and Mazi Nnamdi. And there is no way in the justice system of Nigeria you can't win the government of Nigeria in their own court. The only way you can win them is by pressure. And that was what Mazi Samuel was doing, giving them that pressure to call international attention in the case. The only way you can win them is by international pressure. Pressure. That was the line Mazi Simon ever took. That's why he said he will make the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi useless in their hand. And he did that. He did that. For all the time Mazi Simon was with us, Nigerian government could not breathe in Biafra land. They confessed with their own mouth. The chief of army staff confessed. Every single apparatus of the government in the Biafra land, they were confessing that Mazi Simon is in charge. And they activated their international conspiracy with the British, with France and Finland. And they clamped down on Mazi Simon for terrorism. A man who was only advising his people for self-defense. Self-defense is a right supported by international law. Self-defense is a right supported by people's and human rights law. But based on self-defense, Mazi Simon Ekpa was jailed 6 good years for supporting terrorism. And the most painful thing is that they refuse to admit all the evidence that Mazi Simon has against the Nigerian government. They did not admit it in court. The Finland court refused. The Finland judge refused to attend to those evidence because Mazi Simon Ekpa had no international lawyer to speak for him. The case was between Mazi Simon Ekpa, Nigerian government, and Finland government. So there's no way you will be working with with the same government that you're fighting against. We give you a lawyer and you win them. It's not possible. It's not possible. That was why international lawyer was needed. But nobody provided international lawyer for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa went through those courts with pro bono lawyer. You can imagine. And now Mazi Simon Ekpa is coming for an appeal August 5th. And we are calling on people to come and support, to raise funds in order to get international law for him. And people are speaking against it. What a shame. Something you could not do. Allow other people to do it. I understand we have division of labor. Let's take it that way. That we have division of labor. And you might not be able to do everything. Just like in one of the messages of Mazi Simon Ekpa played, he said it, that in this course of this struggle, you can't do everything. There are things that IPOB are very good at. They can do it exceptionally well. There are things that Briggy can do very well. There are things that other groups can do on their own very well. That the only thing that everybody will be working on their own part, at the end of the day, we will harmonize all this to achieve our goal. And when we harmonize it, the enemies cannot stand against it. But today, what people are doing that if it doesn't come from me, I will destroy it. Even when I don't want to do it or I cannot do it. Something you cannot do and somebody comes out to do it. The best thing you can do is to support that person to succeed. Because every one of this is pushing towards our aims and objectives, except you have something else in mind. If what you have in mind is the freedom of the Biafran people, Everything that has to do with these people that are leading the release of Mazi Nnamdi, you must support it. The fundraising of Mazi Samuel Ekpa that is coming up very soon, that I shared the flyer yesterday, is very important. The least you can do is there is a phone number on that very flyer. The least you can do is to put a call across and ask question. Put a call across and ask question. Demand an answer. If you are convinced after answering question, then you will contribute towards that project, because it is something that is confirmed by Mazi Samuel himself. Every group that is under Mazi Samuel understands, knows that is real. But some people chose to go against it because it doesn't serve their own interest. That is wickedness. It is wickedness. If Mazi Samuel Ekpa is not in support, I will not be sharing it. I will not be speaking about it. If Mazi Samuel Ekpa, if the people who are conducting that fundraising is not genuine, I will not talk about it. In my platform, I make investigations before I speak about an issue. I will make proper inquiries before I speak about an issue. Any matter I talk about is something I have confirmed that it is the right place to go. If I am not sure, I will not talk about it, neither will I castigate it. I will keep silent. But anything I come to my platform to speak about, I have verified on my own, confirmed it, and that is why I deem fit to talk about it. And if you don't understand, you still want more clarity. Whenever I'm talking about an issue, you have the right to click the link, come in, and ask me question based on what I'm speaking. You have the right to come in and ask me question. It is your right. Before I share any flyer, I must have my own question. I like this flyer to raise fund for the international lawyer from the United States that we have all seen. We have had the man spoken. The man's number is in public. His name and his title is in public. You can call him and make inquiry. He's there. To raise him and another group to make sure that Mazi Samuel Ekpa is properly defended on the 5th of August. 5th of August, 2026. We started early so that you wouldn't say you didn't hear. And in this flyer, there is a phone number that you can call to make inquiries. That is how it is done. The phone numbers are there. The names are there. You call these people, ask them credible questions. Not insult, not argument. Ask reasonable and sensible questions. If you are not convinced to give support. This is not about any group. These are 100-man projects to support the funding of the case of Mazi Samuel Ekpa. 100 men. Divine project team to fund the international lawyer of Mazi Samuel Ekpa. Anybody that is going to discourage you from supporting this very fundraising, ask that person, have you provided international lawyer for Mazi Samuel Ekpa? If the person has not provided international lawyer for Mazi Samuel, why would somebody stop this project? Everybody has the role they are playing. If you are engaging in another diplomatic mission that you are doing, go ahead. If you're on the ground fighting, go ahead. If you're on defense, go ahead. Those who are following the project of the case of Mazi Samuel Ekpa, if you can support it. If you can't support, don't condemn it. Don't speak against it. Do not condemn it. Do not condemn it. So this very fundraising is going to happen on the 22nd. On the 22nd March, that's on Sunday, by 7 p.m. Biafran time. On Sunday, 7 p.m. Biafran time. The numbers are there for you to make contact for inquiries and donations. Call the number, ask questions that is confusing you. It's not by gossiping. You come, you gossip, you talk this, you talk that. No. It's not by insulting people. Ask credible questions. That is how responsible and reasonable people are doing. Whatever I'm doing here, speaking about it, is because of Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko. I know what he went through when Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped. Mazi Simon Ekpa made sure that Mazi Nnamdi never lacked anything. He made sure, at a point in time, he made a broadcast and said, even feeding of Mazi Nnamdi to feed him, that the brigadier will map out money for the feeding of Mazi Nnamdi. At a time, he took charge of the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi that they will be settled. That he will take responsibility for the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi, legal expenses, feeding. He didn't say it in secret. He was announcing it in broadcast. He announced it in broadcast. It wasn't said in secret. So many of you have forgotten. But we don't forget. Today, is it a bad thing for us to do for Mazi Simon Ekpa the same thing he did for his leader? The same thing he did for Mazi Nnamdi, our leader, and who he was the disciple. He made sure that Mazi Nnamdi never lack anything. He made sure that Mazi Nnamdi name would not sweep under the carpet. He made sure that the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi was not played on. But today, what are we doing for him? How are we supporting him? Is it not a shame that our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa will be appearing in court with pro bono lawyer? It's a shame. We thank Chukwu Okabian for Mazi Nnamdi. He has every single thing he needs legally for his defense. There are many pro bono lawyers of different ranks, both international and local, represented everywhere fully. But in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, so many of us are deserting him. When we talk about raising funds for Mazi Simon Ekpa court case for his lawyer, international lawyer, some people will see it as speaking heresy. Some people will see it as something that doesn't have to be talked about. Some people will see it as something that is meaningless. Only wicked people will think in that manner. Only ungrateful people. If you are ungrateful Biafran, you'll be thinking in that manner. But every reasonable and responsible Biafran should know that Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko deserves our support. He merits it. It is by merit. By merit, it's our support by merit. He has worked hard. Works very, very hard for us. And today, still working. I pray that Chukwu Okabian will give us that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to do what we are supposed to do. It is so sad that people are taking everything for joke. You use everything for saga. You use everything for attack and insult. You think everything is blackmail. You think everything is something to be battled. Everything you see, you want to fight it. Even something that is legitimate, you fight it. Because it doesn't come from the voice you like. It doesn't come from the group you adore. Even when you know that this thing is the right thing to do, you destroy it and you won't even implement it. You are not willing to do it. You are not ready to support those who want to do it. Why not keep silent? Pretend you don't even, pretend it's not even happening. Because there is a division of labor. Everything is geared at the Biafra struggle. Everything is geared at saving the life of our leaders. Everything is geared at supporting our leaders. If it was not genuine, I won't be part of it. I have said it several times. I'm not interested in belonging to any group. The group I belong to is Biafra. Biafra is the group I belong to. And anything that has to do with Biafra, regardless where it is coming from, once I investigate within myself and see that it's genuine, I will promote it on my platform. You don't need to send it to me. I see everything online. I make my investigation. I take it and I make a broadcast with it. I don't need to attend any meeting with you. I don't need to call any meeting or any group meeting. No, no, no. Once I see an issue and investigate it, it is right. And it is the right thing to do. I will promote it, regardless who is coming from. My mission is Biafra. My dream is Biafra and nothing else. You might have your own idea of what you want. You might have your own idea of what you are looking for. But as for me, the only thing I desire is Biafra. Biafra is what I want. Once Chukwu Okike Abiyama gives us Biafra, everything will be added on to us. Personally, I know once Biafra is actualized, every other thing will be added on to me. So that is why I pursue it with all my heart. As for those who are working against our freedom, we know whom they are. We know the attack that is coming from east, west, north, and south. More especially from the British. These are people that are benefiting from the chaos that is happening in Nigeria. They are benefiting from the captivity of Biafran people. Because as they use our resources to bargain against us, even from the onset, the British confessed within themselves that we, the Biafran people, we are too smart. They cannot manipulate us. And because they cannot manipulate us, that is why they entered and they were doing what they are doing. It is so sad. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must continue to pay attention to events that is happening. What is happening in the UK today shows everybody that the UK is part of the problem that you're having. In fact, they are the instigator of the problem you're having in Nigeria. They are the instigator. In a most difficult and dangerous time of that country, Nigeria, that is the time they chose to give the worst president of all time a state visit. A red carpet treatment. This was a president who never won election. This was a president who was be accused of drug peddling. A case that is before the whole world in the United States, not just in Nigeria. But that is the person that the United Kingdom chose as their favorite. And ask me, why the visits happening close to election? Why is the visit happening in 2026 when 2027 election? All these things are planned. It's a master plan of the British to continue to hold that contraption captive. And some of you who are still in that Nigeria are thinking that something is going to change, talking about P2B, or don't you know that this state visit is an endorsement of Tinubu for 2027? Some of you want Nigerians that watch this video. Don't you know that the visit of Ahmed Tinubu to London is an endorsement for 2027? Oh, you don't know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know that that is an endorsement. So wherever you are watching this program from, you must know, if you are a true Biafran, that there is no other way. There is no other way for us. There is no other way. The only way to be free from the captivity is to leave the zoological republic. There is no other way. There is no other way. The only way to be free, from this captivity is to leave the zoo. As long as you are part of the zoological republic, nothing is going to change. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is going to change. It is going to get worse. When we say the situation of Nigeria is irredeemable, this is a typical example of the irredeemable situation of Nigeria. Even in the visit of that fraudster to London, they never mentioned anything about the Christian genocide that is making headline across the whole world. King Charles did not mention anything. He didn't mention the Christian genocide that is going across the world. And yet, this man claimed to be a Christian. Of course, we know he is not. He claims to be a Christian. But he ignored it. Instead, he was busy congratulating the Muslims for the Eid in Nigeria. He was busy congratulating the Muslims in Nigeria for Eid, but refused to speak about the Christian genocide. That speaks volume. If you don't understand, you will never ever understand anything anymore. If you do not understand that, you can't understand anything. So wherever you are, I am telling you now to be as strong as you can. Every one of us must be strong. Don't be discouraged. Don't pay attention to the propaganda and blackmail you are hearing and seeing right left and center. Don't pay attention to them. There will be a lot of things to discourage you. There will be so much discouragement, but I bet you must remain strong. There is no two ways to be saved in what is happening in Nigeria. There's no other way except by freedom. I played the video the other day where a guy was saying that if you think you can solve the problem of Nigeria through ballots, you are wasting your time. If you think you can solve the problem of Nigeria through election, you are wasting your goddamn time. Your daddy Britain have already endorsed Tinubu. This visit to the UK is an endorsement, a complete endorsement. In case you don't know, now you know. For those of you who are talking about P2B, this and that, hear it and hear it clear. Tinubu have been endorsed for 2027, and there is nothing you can do about it. Is it clear now? Is it now clear? And after Tinubu have left, the Fulanis will come back to now officially unveil their Islamic State. The Fulanis will now come to unveil their Islamic State officially. But by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, we will not be there by then. We will not be there. We will be gone by then. Our hope today is on the action of the United States of America. And that is why we are speaking on different places. And people should get involved. I like the fact that most of the Biafrans are getting involved in the hearing that is happening in the United States. And another hearing is going to take place either today or tomorrow in the United States. Another hearing is going on the Christian genocide and the situation of Nigeria. Biafrans should continue. Biafrans in the United States should continue to participate, show their face, and do things, speak. That is the only hope that is left. There is nothing else. That is the only thing that is left, the only hope that is left to stop the full Islamization of Nigeria. The US is standing on the way now. Without the US, they will be pronouncing it and they damn the consequence. They have already brought it to the House of Assembly. They brought it to the House of Senate. They have touchlight in all places they're supposed to mention it. So the next thing that is remaining now, that is checkmating them now, they are watching, is the United States presence. Because it is one of the conditions that were given. Remove your Sharia. If people must be together. And from all indication, they are not going to remove the Sharia. They have gone too far to go back. So wherever you are today, Maazin Nnamdi Kanu have caused a great battle. Maazin Simon have fought a great battle. What we owe them today is to keep their legacy alive. No matter what you see, keep that legacy alive. Keep that legacy and hold it strong. That is why each time I come here, as I tell you, even if it is only the message of Maazin Nnamdi Kanu that I play and end the program, I am satisfied because I have given Maazin Nnamdi Kanu a voice. If I come here and play only the message of Maazin Simon Ekpa, I will be satisfied that I have given Maazin Simon Ekpa a voice and he has spoken. And so on and so on, so forth. We must keep that legacy alive. No matter the attack that is coming from right, left, and center, we must never, ever give in. We know that our enemies will not surrender. We know they will never give. They will always fight. They will always come. But what about us? We will never give in either. We will never back down. No matter what they do, we will not back down. The more they try, the more we fight on. We will continue to fight on and hold our ground to see that our voice is heard. Unconditionally, we will continue to speak. Do not get tired. Do not get weak. Focus on things that matters. For those of you who are listening to the propaganda against Maazin Nnamdi Kanu, you should be sorry. You should be sorry of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you're one of those who is still listening to what Lord Nneka is preaching against Maazin Nnamdi Kanu, Maazin Nnamdi Kanu talked about the 100 men committee, and Lord Nneka came and trashed it. And I said, Lord Nneka, you are not a member of IPOB. You are not part of IPOB. Why are you so concerned about the decisions made by the supreme leader of IPOB? Why are you fighting the decisions of the supreme leader of IPOB? You are not part of, you have said it, you are not part of IPOB. You are not. And nobody is forcing you to be part of it. You can create your Igbo group that you want and do whatever you want with them. But why are you infusing yourself into the IPOB affairs? Maazin Nnamdi Kanu talked about 100 men committee, and she came out and she attacked that 100 men committee. Her DOS that she's working for, all of them attacked that decision. But who cares? The word of Maazin Nnamdi Kanu stands because it is the truth. We need to forge ahead. We need to find a common ground to unify the force of Biafra to move with a full force. This is not a time to be scattered. We need to speak in one voice. There needs to be a voice to speak on behalf of all the Biafrans. And that voice is going to come out, given back to through that 100 men. I believe so. I trust the judgment of Maazin Nnamdi Kanu. He has never disappointed us, and he will not. This is the job Maazin Simon Ekpa have done. But for one reason or the other, only God knows why Maazin Simon Ekpa was taken out. Since Maazin Simon Ekpa was taken out, Maazin Nnamdi Kanu has become more active than ever. Every instruction is coming from Maazin Nnamdi Kanu, directive. But you could remember in those days, Maazin Simon Ekpa have always spoken as the spokesperson of Biafra, and you have never seen anybody come out to challenge him as the spokesperson. Maazin Nnamdi Kanu has never challenged him one day. Why is he saying that he's the spokesperson? He never did that. We never saw that in writing. We never saw that secretly. We never saw that in his speech. He speaks every day in court when he comes to court then. We never see him every day challenging Maazin Simon. Say, why did he say, no, don't mind him, he's not the spokesperson of it? He never said so. Because he knew that Maazin Simon was on the right path. Even though the Nigerian government was attacking him, you don't expect him to attach himself directly to Maazin Simon because of the pressure. And because he's still on the case with Nigerian government. And Nigerian government are looking for one thing or the other to tag him down. So he completely isolated himself from any comment that has to do with Mazi Samanekpa. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu isolated himself from every single comment that has to do with Mazi Samanekpa. You saw one in one occasion when somebody brought the issue of Mazi Samanekpa and he shunned them. Somebody brought the issue of Mazi Samanekpa when he was being interviewed and he shunned that person. It was intentional. But some idiots didn't know. And let me tell you, the reason the IPO, the DOS is attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is because of Mazi Samanekpa, because he refused to condemn Mazi Samanekpa. Iken Guruagu said it. Iken Guruagu said it in his broadcast. In the last call of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not condemn Mazi Samanekpa, that he will begin to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from that day. And that was what he did. Today, he's calling for the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this was the man that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacked him even before he had a problem. But the DOS went and brought him back as an attack dog. The people that the Karawhite lawyer were using. In fact, the Karawhite lawyer advertised him as the most efficient media warrior. The most efficient IPOB media. Iken Guruagu today, he is the one calling for the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Go and look at his platform and see the nonsense he's spilling in his mouth. Go to his platform and you will hear what is coming out from his mouth. Simply because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to join mediocres, to join their foolishness, their envy and jealousy and stupidity. But no matter what happens, freedom is sure. Wherever you are watching this program, like and share this program so that others will know where we are broadcasting. We don't have access to our platform, David Hubbard channel, because it has been hijacked. It has been hijacked, so we are trying to recover it. So before we recover it, we will be broadcasting in this platform and Truth Survival platform. So try, like and share, very important. Like and share so that others will know where we are broadcasting. So many people don't know that we are here. So many people don't know that we have changed. They don't know that we are here because we don't have access to our main platform. So once you join us, share it in every platform that you belong. That is the only thing you can do. Radical evangelism. We are not asking for your money. We're not. Share the program so that the world will hear us and hear us clearly. That is all we ask. Because we must continue to push this message out. No matter what the enemies are saying, no matter what they do, we must continue to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. We must continue to speak and tell the world what is going on. They don't want us to talk. They do not want us to speak. They don't want our voice to be heard. But are we going to be silent? We will not be silent. They do not own our voice. The more they try to stop us, the more we speak, because we are standing on the truth. If we were lying, it will be difficult for us to come, because for you to defend lies, you need more thousands of lies to defend it. But if you are standing on the truth, no matter what the enemies are saying and doing, you will continue to be on your truth. And even the more they attack you, that is when you even have more time to speak more and to fight more to the positive side. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program, I appreciate every one of you that have been with us. Now we are going to go to see some of their media update they have. Let's go to the media updates. After this break, we go to the media update and share the media update they have.
Don't follow for God. They say Tinubu don't follow for God. Tinubu don't follow for God. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice on motor shop forget law for inside court. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God. Him and EFCC put the leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kumi don't fall for gutter. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. Hingo matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for gutter. Them making Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for being with me up to this minute. Everybody who has been hanging on up to this time, it means you are seeking for the truth, and the truth you will definitely find. As we are seeking for the truth, we will definitely find that truth. So let's go to the media and see what updates they have in their media. The first one we have there on the media showing the picture of their drug barrel. Nigeria record largest rise in terrorism deaths globally, 46% surge in 2025 report. You can imagine, globally, Nigeria recorded largest rise in terrorism deaths. In the whole world, the largest rise in terrorism deaths is Nigeria. And today, the president of that country is in the United Kingdom, receiving a presidential treatment, eating dinner with their so-called king, who is the instigator of the terrorism. So when we talk about the role the British is playing in what is happening in Nigeria, this is it. The worst part is that they did not talk about the Christian genocide in all the visit. Now you know better. When we accuse them, we don't just accuse them because we want to. It is the truth. This one said, FBI probing former U.S. counter-terrorism chief who resigned over Iran war. Report. No judge has power to order lawyer to kneel. Ugandan's LS-backed NBA condemned treatment of Sowere's counsel. Now, Nigeria, judges can tell you to kneel down. It happens in Nigeria, everything goes. KB dismisses report. Teacher was suspended for rejecting government Ramadan palliative. Cities absenteeism. We always deny now. Exclusive corruption tainted police officers defy posting reversal, remain active under DIG Ochala at FCID Abuja. How Diego. Lagos policing, an embarrassment and nightmare under CP Jumo. Group tells Tinubu. Maybe Tinubu put Jumo. He's serving Tinubu, so all this one you are saying, it doesn't concern him. Look at another criminal. How David Umahi, Federal University, paid company leaked to Minister Umahi 150.7 million to supply diesel. Bunch of fraudsters. The fraud is from presidency himself, so don't expect them to do anything. Don't. Stammer, Tinubu signed $746 million UK Nigerian ports deal, including 70 million for British Steel Company. That is what they're after. They don't care about human life that's been lost in Nigeria. They do not care. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. It's all about what they stand to gain, their own interests alone. May God remove us from this zoological republic. Bandit ambush, kill 3 police officers, vigilante leader in Taraba community. Yeah, of course. Bandit is in charge. Of course, they are the one running the show. They are the one running the show. What else do you expect? Fake cancer drug flood Nigerian market as NAFDAC raises alarm, call for vigilance. That's so. Because you don't have a monitoring agent. That is why the fake drug even entered. How did it enter? How did they cross the port and enter into the country? That is it. How did they enter? Corruption. EU urge urgent US-Israel-Iran ceasefire as French president tells parties to come to their senses. Falana warns US President Trump against war on Cuba, says sanctions are illegal. So look at this one. You're not going to talk about your dead country, Nigeria. You don't want Trump. Nonsense. Drones detected over US military base. Housing Secretary of State Rubio. Pentagon Chief Hegseth. Drones detected over US military base. Housing Secretary of State Rubio. Pentagon Chief Hegseth in Washington. So, Nigeria is a nation that has arrived. King Charles declares country as a global force amid rising insecurity, other challenges. These people are idiots. You can imagine. A failed state that the whole world know that Nigeria is a failed state. Look at what this man is saying. That Nigeria is a nation that has arrived. Arrived from where? Arrived from where? These people are so wicked. This royal family in England are so wicked. They are still bent on sucking human blood up till today. A country that has failed, Nigeria that has failed completely with the insecurity. Look at the global index that Nigeria is the place where there is the highest amount of terrorism deaths. And yet, this man is telling that Nigeria is a nation that has arrived. You can imagine. King Charles said Nigeria arrived from where? From where did they arrive? From where? And when we tell you that these people are the source of the problem of Nigeria, some of you don't believe it. Look at what he's saying. That is why in the most terrible time, in the midst of the worst time of Nigeria, that is the time they call their president to give him a presidential honor. That's the time they roll out the red carpet for the worst president ever. The most difficult time of Nigerians. They don't care about you. All these people that call themselves Nigerians, these British people don't care about you. They don't give a damn. Whether you live or you die, they don't care. Look at it. They are telling you that you have arrived. Of course, arrived for them. You have arrived for them. Pedro Obaseki sues AGF, DSS, Kabaka, Nomales for 500 million over alleged abduction, naked parade in Benin. Soon, it's soon finished. Come collect. It is time to end the war. UN Chief Guterres urges US-Israel warn of global economic fallout. Nonsense. Where were you all this while? ADC problem as ADC, not APC by Azu Sheikh. Congo jail FA president. Congo jails FA president over 1.3 million diversion as Nigerian football officials dodge prosecution for bigger scandal. Everything for Africa is bribery. They take bribe in everything. Middle East crisis. China condemned Israeli killing of Iranian officials. Says act unacceptable. ADC Islam Tinubu over rising terror-related deaths as Nigeria ranks on 4th in global terrorism index. Tinubu APC government dancing on blood. PDP condemned Nigerians ranking in 2026 global terrorism index. Noise you're not going to make. You will never make any change. Only noise. 13 persons dead, dozens injured after 4 days of heavy rainfall in Malawi. House of Rep warns Nigeria may face petrol scarcity in 48 hours. Blame supply crisis. Nonsense. Shibuna say Dangote don't get fuel now. We're the highest producer of fuel in Africa, yet Whenever there is a crisis, you are the first people that be affected, mad people. UK Nigerian government signed agreement on migration, expansion of business visas. Rubbish. Sons of Iranian leaders killed alongside Khamenei, links to $29 million Dubai luxury property under false identity report. Imagine. That's it. They play their game, enrich themselves while the poor masses are dying. You will be hunted down as traitor. Borno governor warns residents aiding Boko Haram amid resurgent attack. Lawyer Marshall Abubakar accuses businesswoman of spreading falsehood, reveals how $70,000 peace deal was sealed with Umahi. U.S. Department of Defense under Trump seek $200 billion extra funding for Iran war. Governor Zulum, away during attack, returns from Lesser Hajj to meet Maiduguri bomb victims. Leaked audio exposes police corruption, illegal arm deal, threat against detained ex-NYSC member Nnamdi. Offenders face fact-tracked deportation as UK strikes deal with Nigeria. See, offenders face fast-track deportation as UK strike deals with Nigeria. So that one, I go sign. Thousands of failed Nigerian asylum seekers, offenders face fast-tracked deportation as UK strike deal with Nigeria. You see them? And the target is Biafran people. This deal, the target is Biafran people. All those people that the asylum, this thing have failed, they will deport it back to Nigeria. You see them? The target is Biafra, which would the majority of the people who are in the UK, they are seeking for those asylum are Biafran people. Fulani know they travel now. How many Fulani people they travel? Yoruba people are the ones that are in power. The people that are seeking for this asylum are the Biafrans. They are the ones. So they don't go sign deal on how to deport on now. So you should be ready. You better change your location now or before it is too late. Borno Governor Zulum, one of two suicide bombers plotting attack in Maiduguri during Eid. Norway Crown Prince admit link to sex offender Epstein. Sport Commissioner Chairman allegedly beat kickboxing coach for demanding unpaid fund. Israel trying to kill me. British journalists survive targeted airstrike in Lebanon. Cooking gas in Nigeria more expensive than Saudi Arabia, Russia, and India. Now so now. Now they play. Delta youth strip, rape, molest, assault women during raping festival in Ozoro community. Imagine. When I go to conduct raping festival, what do you expect? What do you expect? Akpabio, NSA Ribadu. Akpabio, NSA Ribadu, ministers who travel to UK with Tinubu line up at Lagos airport to receive him. The same way they line up to go and receive. God have mercy on these people. God have mercy on you people with this your nonsense attitude every time, and people are still paying attention to your madness and idiocy. That is all we have for today on this useless zoological reports. Wherever you are watching, my fellow Biafrans, please stay strong and stay at alert. Nobody is going to save you. It is you that will save yourself. Gone are the days when you focus your attention on blackmail propaganda. This is not the time to attack each other. It is time to be focused. Nobody will come to your aid. When you see what Nigeria and British is doing today in London, You have to know that nobody will fight for you except you fight for yourself. So the earlier you understand that, the better for you and I. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will give every one of us that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to stand strong and fight on until we get to our destination. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of you that have been with us on this program. I thank you for being part of this program. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. We are going to see again later in the evening. I'm still going to come back again in the evening for more updates on their media. We do media review every evening. So every evening when you join us, you're going to see media review and other issues that comes up. So try and join us and also like and share this program. Don't just watch, like and share. It's an educative program. If you are seeking for knowledge, it's not only you. Share it so that others can also benefit. Share the program. When you share it, others will benefit. It is for the cause of Biafra, for the freedom of our people, for our voice to be heard. We don't want them and their narrative to continue. We must push our own narratives. We must not allow them to silence Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Samaneba. And we must not allow them to silence the cause of Biafra or change our thought. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every single one of you that is watching, mainly those who are watching from Biafra land. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, or our Prime Minister Mazen shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching. See you again later in the evening by the special research program. Thank you so much and meet you again.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chukwu Okike Abiyama pụrụ ihe niile, Chineke na-enye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe niile kere eke ma ọ bụ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nsọ na-akpụ ha na-akpụ isi ala nye ọbụladị ndị n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi iwetinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị ka anyị onye nwe nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu a wee baa ide obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ya ebe ebighị biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na nkede na ụmụ ga-adakwa na nri anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịgide nlekọta nwanne na nwanne ibe ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu anyị aka ajọ ihe nwere ndụ anyị bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
No.